what is happening in Puerto Rico. And I want everybody to viral this. And listen closely. I work with the government of Puerto Rico, natural resources. I like to inform everybody to listen. Listen to what's going on. Because Puerto Rico, the people, the majority, are naive. I follow what's going on. They are pumping crude oil out of southern part of Ponce, maybe 5 to 10 miles out with oil rigs. They're drilling. They are drilling and they're hitting the plates that are not controlling the island, which it shakes. They are also pumping gas, natural gas, and this is forming earthquakes. They're saying that these are natural disasters, but the natural disaster is not natural. It's caused by human negligence. They're pumping oil out of Puerto Rico, the southern part, 5-10 miles south, in the region where Venezuela is also pumping their oil out. They hit the plates, and this is the problem that's causing. The government is going to be estimating 234 million barrels a day. They have ships out there are just collecting oil. And I want everybody to know what's going on. This is not a natural disaster. Their disaster is making the governments, where the governments are not doing anything about it, which they're going to profit. And if your house is destroyed during this ordeal, they're going to call FEMA. They're going to try to help you out. But it's not a natural disaster. The local governments of Puerto Rico are going to make sure that they're going to get their profit just like the United States is, the federal government. And nothing's being said that this is happening. They only told you a natural earthquake disaster is happening. Please viral this so that everybody can know what's going on.
All right, Shalom. This is a Hara One by Yasha Allah of the Lions Den Camp. I want to say Kal Halayim, La Yahweh, Ba Hashem Yahweh Shai, Ba Hashem Harakah Kodash, Ma'amath. Double honor to the elder apostles of GMS and the elders. Shalom to you, Akim, and Akwatim and children that believe in sincerity and truth around the four corners of the earth. This is 2 Corinthians 2:11. Lest Satan should get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices. All right? And that's what they're doing. Satan representing the adversary to the earth, to the world, and the adversary to the children of Israel, adversary to the poor. Now, the word Satan means what? Adversary. All right? And you had the spiritual demon Satan, and you also had the physical counterpart upon earth, Esau. All right? So they're seeking an advantage. And what's that advantage? Deception through their media. All right? Their media is their tool, one of their main tools to deceive everybody. So you heard what this guy is saying. He's saying he's over there, he works there in the government, or dealing with some type of government petroleum sector or some shit like that. Whatever department he work in, you know, he working over there in Puerto Rico. And he was telling the truth of what's going on, that they're drilling offshore over there near Venezuela and Puerto Rico. And they're hitting the plates, the tectonic plates, causing earthquakes to happen daily. Why? Because the American dollar is being attacked, is actually failing as a world currency. All these nations are losing faith in it. They're losing faith in America. They're pulling away from their investments. And now you have a deal that was struck back in 1973 by the OPEC nations, oil petroleum exporting countries, such as Saudi Arabia, which was the first one in 1973. All right, I think it was with King Faisal, 1973. He made a deal with Nixon, I think it was. All right, I gotta see if that was Nixon. I think it was Nixon. But anyway, he made a deal because that was after the Nixon shock in 1971. So I think it was Nixon. All right. And then 1973, you had Saudi Arabia. Then 1974, you had the rest of the OPEC nations agree to export all their oil in dollars. All right. So for people to buy oil, they had to buy dollars. They had to go to America and get loans, such as people like Iran in 1976. They had to get a loan, $500 billion loan from America just to buy oil. All right. And they actually have different levels of strains of oil. All right. And I'm going to get into that a little bit after this. Now you have you have the deal that was made for what you call the petrodollar. All right, the petrodollar. And that's what made the dollar the world currency. After America, through Nixon, removed the gold standard from the dollar in 1971, called the Nixon shock. And ever since then, the dollar has become the world currency since 1974. All right. On a world scale, man, because of the petrodollar, it's been booming. But now you have all these nations pulling away from that deal. Even Saudi Arabia is pulling away from it, and they want to move more towards a crypto-based deal with other nations. They want to pull away from the fiat currency, which is guaranteed to end at some point. All fiat currencies, federal currencies, are guaranteed to fail after about 30 years or 40 years. And this dollar has been going for 35 years. All right. So now you're seeing a panic go on. And that's why I believe what this guy is saying, that they're drilling offshore, causing these earthquakes. And either way, it's going into the time of Jacob's trouble, because Ephraim is being wicked over there, man. Ephraim, Apariam, that's the Arawak Indians, which are the top tribe of the Northern Kingdom. All right, the blessing was given to Ephraim to have the blessing of the firstborn at the blessing of Isaac on Joseph for his two children, Ephraim and Manasseh. And the blessing fell on Ephraim, especially after Reuben, slept with his father's concubines. All right, so that blessing fell on who? It fell on Ephraim. So now Ephraim has been what? Let me get the scripture. This is Hosea 4 and 16. For Israel slideth back as a backsliding heifer. Now Yahweh will feed them as a lamb in a large place. Ephraim, all right, the Puerto Rican nation, tribe of Israel, is joined to idols. Let him alone, man. All right. Their drink is sour. They have committed whoredom continually. Her rulers with shame do love, give ye. Now you have their rulers. Who represents the rulers of Ephraim today over there, what they call Port, the rich port, or Puerto Rico? It would be the upper elites over there in Puerto Rico, and Esau ruling them. All right, through America, through Europe. All right. And you have the government of Puerto Rico, they sold out. All right. They're not telling the people the truth. And a lot of our people over there are joined unto idols, man. They're in the heathenistic mindset to where they worship in the Santeria, or whatever you call that, Santa Maria or whatever. Christianity, cross worship, baby Jesus worship, the little Cupid baby. voodoo, then the voodoo witchcraft real heavy, right? So the Lord is judging that place, man, and he allowing Esau to have his way upon the earth, because scriptures say that. This is Revelations 12:12. Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea. All right, out there where they're drilling at. All right, they're drilling out there in the waters. They got all them damn tankers out there, and they got to keep oil going through those tankers and all through the machinery that they have around the world and in America. The military, they're going to war, so they need more oil. All right, so they going all around the world taking oil. And another big contributor, major player in the game against the petrodollar, the deal with Saudi Arabia is who? Australia. Go figure, huh? But anyway, it says what? So, woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, man. Right? You have man-made forest fires killing billions of animals over in Australia and burning people out of their residencies over there in California. Earthquakes happening, man-made earthquakes, messing with the damn, what they call that shit? The atmosphere. All right, putting barium oxide in the damn air and other metals. All right, what you call HAARP, the HAARP program, to where they manipulate the weather. So that's why the Lord said, "Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea," right? Because why? Because where these Edomites, man, they enlarge their desire as hell, and their desire is enlarged to start what? A new world order, and they all fighting for a position in the lead spot in that new world order. You see that? And Trump is looking to pull away from the Federal Reserve and create his own form of currency based upon oil and based upon cryptocurrency or gold. He trying to pull away from the dollar. So this deal that he's doing with China is going to be based upon a deal with him in China. They pulling away from the Federal Reserve. All right, that's why everything him and China, Trump, every time Trump comes out in the media about China, the markets start to be manipulated. All right. Now it says, woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, man. It's crazy. For the devil, Esau, the deceiver, man, deceiving the whole world, is coming down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth that he have but a short time. All right, so they know they have but a short time to continue rulership, or to bring their plans about to start their new world order, or to try to gain their seat in the new world order. All right, but the Lord's going to upset all that. All right, this is Revelations 11:18. And the nations were angry, and the wrath is come, and the time of the dead, that they should be judged, and that thou shouldest give reward unto thy servants, the prophets, man. So the Lord is about to judge the earth. He's going to judge the wicked and give judgment of life to the righteous. All right, he's going to judge these nations, these heathen nations. So this is the time we're in. All right, and he's judging 2/3 of our people, according to the scriptures as well, according to their wickedness as well. All right, and one of those nations of Israel is Ephraim over there in Puerto Rico. All right, and thou shouldst give reward unto thy servants the prophets. When is that going to happen? On the day of salvation. And the Lord is ready to give that reward to his prophets and to the saints meaning the holy ones that are set apart from this world, that believe in Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, the 144,000 and the 1/3 of the men, women, and children. And them that fear thy name, all right, that fear Yahweh Hashem Yahushai's name, small and great, and shouldest destroy them which destroy the earth, man. So the Lord gonna give judgment to Esau on top of that, man. But he said he's gonna start with his house. All right, he's gonna start with his house, even now in the chastising and also the sifting, and also when he shows up, he's gonna start with his house. All right, he's gonna deliver the elect first, separate them from the wicked, and then he's gonna give his judgment to the wicked, man, which is gonna be complete destruction. All right, in the midst of that. So they're the destroyers of the earth, man. They're digging all into the damn earth. Back in the day, it was a movie called Moby Dick, and about the big ass whale over there. And they were showing the story. You gotta watch it, man. I forgot the name of it, man. It's called Heart of the Sea. Heart of the Sea. I might watch it later. But it was a good movie, man. It was telling the story of how when they used to light their lamps back in the days, Esau, they used to light their lamps and shit. And to keep fuel going, they would take the brains out of the whales, all right? They would kill the whales and take the brains out. And that was the story of Moby Dick. Moby would hunt them down, chase down these what you would call, man, chase down their ships and destroy them. All right, big giant whales went way outside of his habitat, far into the ocean, and chased after them. So the moral of the story is that they would take the brains of the damn animals and use that for oil. All right, but now they started digging into the earth. They would get fossil fuels. They would get petroleum. Now they have petroleum, right? Different levels of it, different strains of it. All right. And they use it to fuel all they damn, machines, man. All right. The war of machines and shit, like that damn movie. All right. So they got to keep everything fueled. And that's what times we coming into, man. To where Esau is coming down with great wrath. And the Lord said he's going to start with his house first. The Lord going to allow Esau to have his way one last time. He's going to come down with great wrath. All right. This is Jeremiah 30:7. Alas, for that day is great, man. All right. And we see it coming about now. 5.9 earthquakes, 6.0 earthquakes, day after day, every day, shaking the earth, tremors through the earth. That's crazy, man. People sleeping outside, no water. And when the Most High really bring his earthquakes, sheesh, the earth gonna swallow people up. You got volcanoes shooting off everywhere, man. So the scriptures speak about these things coming upon the earth before Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai shows up and renders his judgment upon the wicked and his judgment upon the righteous. It says, alas, for that day is great, so that none is like it. It is even the time of Jacob's trouble, man, right? And in that time, the Lord is going to allow Esau to have his way with the wicked of our people. And he's going to bring hell upon the children of Israel, all right? And persecution upon the righteous of Israel. But the Lord said what? He got a short time, all right, to do that. It says what? But it is the time of Jacob's trouble, man. And the hour of temptation is going to be within that, which is the mark of the beast. It says, but he shall be saved out of it, man. All right. So yeah, man, they fighting over that oil, and that's what I'm going to go into on the next lesson. Yeah, black gold, man, because it's basically like gold. Different element, but it's like gold to these people as far as the market goes. It's like as good as money. So yeah, man, you see, hey, all hell breaking loose, and don't be deceived, man. The prince of the power of the air, Esau. You have the spiritual demon Satan, but you have Esau. The earth's been given into their hands, and they're doing with it what they will. This is Micah 2:1. Woe to them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their beds. When the morning is light, they practice it, because it is in the power of their hand. And they covet fields and take them by violence, and houses and take them away. So they oppress a man in his house, even a man in his heritage. All right. So, and that's Esau all day, man. And 2/3 of our people have fallen into that, especially over there in Puerto Rico. Them upper elites in Puerto Rico of Ephraim, they've sold out to Esau, man, and they're of their father, the devil, now. All right. And they're seeking riches, and they're chasing riches and oppressing people in the midst, and bringing suffering to people for wealth, man. All right. So they're coming down with great wrath, because they know they have but a short time to bring these things about. And they about to be brought low. They're going to fall. All right. So with that, I'm going to say shalom.